Hi, I am feministy Erin Gibson.
This is Homosexual Brian Safi.
And we are Attitudes.
LLC. LGBT plus issues.
Gender issues.
Pop. Sodas.
Can you smandle it?
Yeah.
Can you dismantle it? That should be our new catchphrase.
Oh, yes.
Welcome. Hey, I have a fun thing to tell you about. Did I tell you I'm peeing on a strip every morning?
Are you, qu'est-ce que c'est, pregnant?
No.
Oh.
I have a hostile womb. I'm doing this thing called the Dutch test. Have you ever heard of it?
No. Is this when you split the bill every time or see how many times you can split the bill without it?
I see.
Before you end up actually breaking things off with the person you're dating?
Yeah, exactly. Except it has to do with urine.
Oh, great.
I have a new doctor. Hi, Dr. Lisa.
Hi, Dr. Lisa.
And she's making me do this, forcing my hand.
Mm-hmm.
At peeing on
Women should have control of their own bodies.
Thank you.
Period.
So I pee on these little strips.
Okay.
I pee on these little strips. And then I
wow.
fold it up like a little matchbook.
Yeah.
And I say what time I peed on it. And then
Out loud?
I do it for 30 days. Okay. Can you imagine committing to something like that?
No. You've yet to give a reason. Did she give you a reason?
She gave me one reason to pee on the strip, but I turned right back around.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like my last chance to gauge what my body does with my hormones before I go into menopause.
Like a hormone test?
Yeah. So anyway, I just love that she's like, well, we can do it before you go into full on menopause and just see how your body's been operating all these years. And I said, why not? Well, this is the last shot for me to learn something about my body.
Last hurrah.
Yeah. This is the last dance.
I think that's great.
Anyway, if you love Dutch people and you like peeing on paper, might I recommend the Dutch test?
Yep, absolutely.
But I'm going to New York. You know, I've got to go to New York for a small vacation. So I could take these strips with me.
That's the best part. You can pack them up. They don't take up a lot of space.
They really don't.
And you can go wherever with them. Does it look like I'm nude right now because of the color of my teeth?
Mm-hmm. Nude illusion. This is absolutely nude illusion.
I am doing a nude illusion. Especially because my neck is bright pink right now because I'll tell you my secret. And it's actually not a good one. It's a warning. Okay. Twice a week.
Secret warning.
I do my Medicate. No, that's not what it's called. Whatever it's called. I do something. It's a glycolic, like a
peel
exfoliator, but chemical. You know what I mean? It's
yes.
Like and you sleep in it. It's called the glycolic sleep mask, and I love it. It really does. Like the next morning, your skin looks so good. You only do it twice a week.
Except you're just saying your skin looks bad.
No, well, the problem is this. I've been putting it on my neck, and I think my neck is too thin-skinned for it. I think my neck is basically too pansy.
Muesli or SkinCeuticals?
Muesli? No, I'm not putting muesli on my face.
Medicate with an 8?
I think that's it.
Wow, it'd be nice if you read any of the packages of the things you put on your face.
Hang on, let me see the name of it. Yeah, Medicate. Medicate, the glycolic sleep mask. It's great.
Now, this is saying it's available on eBay. Should I send people there?
Definitely. Don't go to the website itself. Definitely, if you're going to put anything on your face, make sure it's A, used, or B, untrusted. But I got to say, it really does have a great effect on my skin. But the problem is, this is not interesting. I actually can't.
But this is your neck. But your neck, because the neck
is too.
That's why vampires go for it, because it's the thinnest skin.
It's the thinnest skin. That's right. Otherwise, they would be gnawing on your face or your arm, whereas they can just delicately
for hours
sink into your neck. That's why. By the way, that might even be why animals go for the neck of other animals. But here's the problem.
Yeah, because it's the one place they can't do glycolic peels.
Correct. That's why dogs typically, yes, they can get gray, but they typically look very young. Most animals actually look very young even when they're old.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
Says a person who's never seen a skeletal 18-year-old dog.
No.
Yeah.
I live in LA. Those
we don't let anything live.
Nobody ages here. Nobody. By the way, okay, yeah. I'm so excited to see that Demi Moore movie, The Substance. I'm seeing it this weekend. Have you heard about it?
Tell me.
It's basically a horror movie. Demi Moore plays but it looks in. By the way, the quotes on the.
Her name is Elizabeth Sparkle.
Yeah. Isn't yours? Isn't everybody's? No, it's essentially like an actress in LA who refuses to age and does all this crazy. It's supposed to be, by the way, the quotes on the trailer, you know how they have quotes from critics? All the quotes say things like, absolutely fucking insane. Like it's supposed to be
Can't wait.
Insane.
Wait, Dennis Quaid is in it also?
Yes. And Margaret Qualley. And you at some point watch the trailer because it looks so absolutely batshit crazy.
I cannot wait.
I know, I'm excited for it. So
who's this person, Coralie Fardigiat?
I don't know, but it won like best screenplay at Cannes. So it's supposed to be very clever.
Oh, she's Parisian, so this is going to be bonkers.
Oh, see, there you go. Absolutely.
Okay, here's who she's inspired by. David Cronenberg, John Carpenter, David Lynch, and someone else who I don't know.
Perfect. Love all those people. Listen, should I go back to talking about my neck? Or
yes, please.
This is the most interesting thing that's happened to me this week.
I would say there's 3 interesting things. Number 1, we found out that you put high-grade chemicals from eBay on your neck. Number 2,
not from eBay, Aaron. Not from eBay. I go right to the Medicate site, and I get the glycolic sleeping.
Who told you about Medicate?
Stings like hell.
Oh, that sounds like a great way to go to bed.
I mean, it burns.
Night. Your face is on fire. Good luck getting
only for like
shut-eye.
a minute. It stings, and then it calms down.
And you use it every day?
No.
My thing is like, don't you have to stay inside all day because you've just burned a layer of your skin off?
Excuse me. Have you ever heard of something called SPF?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I think you should do?
SPF every day.
In addition to a quilted bucket hat a la the 70s.
Oh,
made out of corduroys.
Go around like White Xanarol every minute of my life.
What do you think?
I say, why not?
I think you could pull it off. A Jamiroquai hat, if you will. A Jamiroquai sun hat.
Was that not one of the most nauseating eras in history?
2000? The year 2000?
Those hats.
Yeah. It was a bad look. But you know, here's the thing. Straight guys, they don't know what to do. They really don't. And they still don't.
Anyway, so what
Medicate.
happened on what my fatal flaw, ultimately, they're really the only con in my life. The only thing I can noticeably point to is having done wrong. I put the sleep mask on my neck, and my neck is thinner. Do you understand? My neck is a vampire's paradise.
Is that what's going to happen to the Demi Moore movie? That every night she puts retinol on her neck and then it just gets thinner and thinner until she's just inside out lady?
So here's what I do. Okay, anyway, so my neck basically is bright red right now, and I regret it very much. Here's the thing, though, that people need to understand and know.
Yeah.
Hang on.
No, you can do this.
Hang on. What was it? Oh, God. I use retinol 5 nights a week, and I do this 2 nights a week.
Oh, good. Yeah. And you've talked to a professional about whether or not this is too much?
No. Yes. I talked to I talked to Jenny, who's
our manager.
No. Words escape me. No, Jenny. She's a dermatologist.
The Henny?
Not Jenny the Henny, I wish. Although this would make another great children's book because they could learn how to count based on how many nights they use retinol and how many nights they use an exfoliator.
Okay,
you know what I mean? That'd be a great counting game for kids. No, Jenny is an online dermatologist who does like videos, and she always goes through her night routine. And it's so relaxing for me. She's my favorite of the people who talk about skincare.
On Instagram, TikTok.
I think she does both, but I just watch them when she uploads them on YouTube.
And her name's just Jenny.
I think it's like Dr. Jenny, but she also is really good about like walking through a supermarket aisle and being like, yeah, so like this is as effective as like whatever high-end brand. Like, oh, this isn't that effective because blah, 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 blah. Like she's good. I like her. I'll tell you. And she always starts
Is it
out with
Derm
like, hey
Talk?
guys. It's dermatologist.
Is her Instagram Derm Talk?
Dr.
Jenny Lou?
Jenny Lou.
Oh, okay.
She's great. So I learned about Medicaid from Jenny Lou, and especially the glycolic sleep mask. It does say. Are we still fuzzy on what the medical ethics are of espousing information over the internet to strangers? Still very fuzzy, and I think it's probably also fairly dangerous as well.
Okay.
Like you have
just
to
saying.
wear
I'm not saying she's wrong. I'm just saying.
No, I get it.
Can you do a consult with her over the internet?
No, here's the funny thing.
So here's the thing. I feel like the information I'm getting from you is that you've gone on Instagram to verify that you can do all this stuff at once. Is that correct?
I just told you it was YouTube. I go to you. She may be on Instagram. I go to YouTube because that's where you can get the full length videos.
Okay.
And at the holidays, she does.
What? Tell me all about Jenny. What Jenny wants you to do.
I don't want to anymore. You know what? I don't want to anymore.
I'm sorry to be your fucking grandma about this.
I did read.
Or am I?
I've been using it for about 3 months. And yesterday I read the directions on the back for the first time, how to use it. And
yeah.
It does clearly say for a week and probably always, you have to make sure that when you're in the sun, and see, I use it twice a week. So this is the rest of my life, that you have to wear SPF because your skin is sensitive.
Well, did she also say? But you should. But when you wear SPF, do you know you have to apply it every 2 hours?
I do know that, and that to me is bullshit. Because I think it only takes effect. I think SPF works only in the minutes you're in the sun, and then it saves the rest of the time until the 2 hours is taken up. Okay.
So one of Jenny's posts on Instagram is her hawking all laundry detergent.
Isn't she great?
Yeah. It's good. I think she's very trustworthy. What else? Oh, the Olive Council. She wants you to buy olives.
Isn't that wonderful? Yeah.
Yeah.
She's really into all of that.
I mean, make that money, but like you a doctor.
I've never seen those videos that she does.
Oh, okay. And so she doesn't run ads on her YouTube?
No, she might. I don't know. I don't really.
I get it. Medical school is expensive. I get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So are medicines. Ask Madame Thenardier from Les Mis when she sings, "Medicines are expensive, monsieur." Beautiful line. It just doesn't rhyme with a fucking thing in this world. Anyway.
Oh, I think so. If you don't already follow this person on Instagram who's giving out life advice for burning your neck skin off, highly recommend. Mm-hmm. If you want to be the same color as your peach Young Marvin tea, I'm assuming that's a Young Marvin.
I don't even know what that is. Is that a brand?
Yeah. Hemp
Another
teas.
shout out to some of my favorite brands. My favorite t-shirt is a brand Velveteen. It's my favorite.
Velveteen?
VELVA dash. Can you tell I'm talking with an accent today because I bit my tongue?
So you're doing a German?
Not an accent. My S's are more pronounced today because I bit my tongue yesterday. Eating pho.
Yeah, because it was so hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, I don't remember anything.
Well, I will say another thing about Jenny's Instagram.
Oh my God.
So she's doing a giveaway of some kind of thing that they've paid her to give away.
Yeah.
But she's in the aesthetics business. Okay. Mm-hmm. And she's got a nipple light in her hallway.
What the?
You know what I'm talking about?
Wait. Are we? I don't know. I actually have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay. She has a nipple light. I want you to this is when I'm like, we have lost our through line. Okay. I'm putting it in the chat because Sergio doesn't trust us to ever share the screen ever.
Who could blame him? I fuck up every time I do it. Okay. Hang on.
Okay. So just look behind her in her hallway. She's got one of these nipple lights.
She does
and
have
I'm
one
like,
of those nipple lights.
I'm like,
yeah.
Okay. This is not a takedown of Jenny.
No.
Okay. I just, in general, don't trust doctors on the internet.
I agree. And I don't
when they're
take
giving out
everything
advice
she says to heart. Like, I won't buy those crazy devices or whatever. It's just not for
And
me.
you're not using all laundry detergent because of her?
I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Although she might be saying use all because of people with sensitive skin.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to sit here and fucking defend her. I bought one product she recommended. Okay.
It's only doctors that I hide. Like when you're an influencer, I'm like, whatever, you're too young to know. You're too young. You think you figured it out, explaining to people why pencils and have erasers, like whatever shit they do, right?
I love that discussion, yeah.
But when you're a doctor, I get icked.
I understand. Well, I was trying to get everyone a life hack, but forget it.
It sounds like this Medicaid product is...
You know what? If you're going to backpedal, Aaron, do it with respect. I'm not an idiot.
I love that 2 men invented it. Two UK scientists and brothers, Elliot and Daniel Isaacs.
Buy local brands. There's another brand called Alder out of New York that I absolutely love.
Oh, Alder's great.
Yeah.
What's your favorite cologne these days?
I've never worn cologne, and I you know what's so funny?
Are you sensy to it?
I just never. No one's ever given it to me, and I don't have initiative. So, but I was thinking the other day that I really wanted to get some, and you know what I really want to do, even though I think it might make me give me a headache. I really want to go somewhere and walk through their cologne counter and smell all the colognes and then buy one.
May I please take you on this journey? I love nothing more than perfume. I
would actually love for you too, Aaron.
I feel like you need a. Okay, I'm already picturing it.
Oh God.
Okay, it's masculine.
Yeah,
but it's a smidge vanilla.
Great.
Like just a pinky bit.
Yeah, I'm here for it.
But it's like beautiful,
like a
earthy
Blue Bunny
woods. Oh, I'll take you. This place. The place that the nuns work at.
Oh, sounds great.
Santa
already.
Maria Novella.
I love
you know
Santa Maria. I have some of their candles.
This is where I should take you. We should go there first.
I would love to go there. They don't have one in LA though.
Yeah, they do. They do at Melrose Place. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes. I will take you. We will go to the farmers. I will get you fucking oranges and cologne in the same day.
Oh my God. Thank you, Aaron.
Yeah, I'll take you. I think we should go. I think we go there, then Diptyque.
Great. And that's spelled GR8, like Medicaid.
Speaking of something that's great.
Yeah.
We're doing new thing we're doing this week for a bonus app.
Which I've missed. I'm so excited for because we get to watch all the things and it's fun.
All of it. And the reason we're doing it is because, yes, we are recording early. So if something newsworthy happens, because we know we live on
something catastrophic.
Absolutely chaos day to day.
Yeah.
Just know that we're recording this about 6 days early.
Yeah. Almost a week early. Yeah.
6 days early.
Yep. Because I've got to watch all my Jenny Lou videos and I need a few days for that because I'm really behind.
Yeah. As per doctor's orders.
Exactly. We do have a Vault episode this week on the Patreon. I do Butthole Theater. Fabulous. And Aaron debuts her new character, Woman Who Takes Too Long to Describe Anything. I love that. I love her.
I should bring her back.
Absolutely. She was great.
I think she was a precursor to Worst Gay Best Friend.
Yep. I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. We also have, by the way, for $10 and up, not only this new thing we're doing, but also Groceries, season 4, new eps every Tuesday. You got to listen to Aaron's McCall's that just came out last week. Before that was Wegmans. And this week I go to Trader Joe's to do all of their brand new products and brave that horror show that is The Parking Lot.
It's specifically the Silver Lake one.
Oh God, I think all of them, to be honest. It's
the one
in Silver Lake's awful. Yes, the parking there is awful. The store is great. The parking there is awful.
The one in West Hollywood, the new one on Santa Monica, they have lots of parking. I don't care. Right. Go where you want. Right. You know what I mean?
Just go. And don't forget to send in
I'm done shilling Medicaid and Trader Joe's.
Send in your tales from the aisles and your product labels to groceriespodcast@gmail.com. We're so happy to be back on YouTube. First act of all of our video episodes every week are free. So if you want to watch the first act, you can go to YouTube and search Attitudes Pod. And if you want us the full one, go to patreon.com/attitudes. Discords happening. Go to the link in the description. Honey, I have a solo show at Dynasty Typewriter in Los Angeles, November 13th. Go to briansafi.com. Watch The Chicken Sisters wherever you can get it. Is it just can you go to the Hallmark TV app, Aaron? Is that something people can do?
Yes, but you can't get it in Canada right now.
You can't get it in Canada. Well, good thing.
And wait, and don't forget about Brian's show. Did you say that?
I literally just said it.
Just looking at you. All I can see is your fragile neck skin.
Thank you very much. So yeah, go do all those things. We've given you a great list.
Hop to it.
You want to get into some shoes?
Let's do it. Well, I want to talk about something that's obviously, I will describe why, is absolutely heartbreaking and sad. Talk about Amber Nicole Thurman, who died last month in Georgia after a series of incredibly unfortunate events that are directly related to abortion bans in Georgia. Now, the thing is that there have been a couple of deaths, and the reason that we're talking about it again in September is that a coalition or a committee put in charge of looking at deaths in the state and being like, this could have been avoided. Basically just this week said, yeah, this was a preventable death. And I'll walk you through what happened to her.
So tragic.
And the only reason that we ProPublica had basically broke the story, and they were saying like there's going to be more people that come out as having died from essentially being neglected life-saving reproductive care, but they have a backlog of 2 years. I don't know if Amber Nicole Thurman was a rush case of some sort, but they have a backlog of 2 years. Oftentimes, these are state-run medical committees, and a lot of them have backlogs like this. So we're not going to really understand the full force of the overturning of Roe v. Wade for probably another year or two.
So awful.
Absolutely. It's awful, avoidable, cruel, and absolutely the fault of the GOP. And the evangelicals in the U.S. Like there is no one else to blame. They are to blame.
Yeah.
So essentially, a DNC dilation, DNC, which is a dilation and curettage procedure, could have saved her life, but that procedure is no longer legal in the state of Georgia.
I can't even believe what is happening in this country.
I know. And she's not the first in Georgia. And until these laws get reversed, they won't be the last. And other states too, we're just starting to hear the verdicts of these very preventable deaths. By the way, she was already a mom. She had a 6-year-old and was seeking to continue her stable life, essentially. Right. She knew that, and she was pregnant with twins. So and she was young, and she's about to start nursing school. And this is family planning. It's not murder.
Right.
Okay. 6 in 10 women seeking abortions already have children. And so that's also who's being put at risk by these abortion bans. When Roe v. Wade was decided on in the 70s, it already began saving lives immediately when they made DNC procedures available for not only abortions, but also miscarriages, which reduced the rate of maternal deaths for women of color by 40% the first year abortion was legal in the U.S.
So even with these shit laws, someone who might be suffering through a miscarriage can't get this procedure?
No. The DNC is part of the abortion ban. And also these laws are written so fucking shitty because they're written by people who don't understand the medical industry. Or these procedures or any,
Right.
they don't know
like
fuck all about it.
doctors writing this. Right.
These aren't, and every single doctor who came out on the state level and said, women are going to die because of this. They literally said this is going to happen because DNC is not just used in abortions. It's used in, and by the way,
it doesn't protect the life of the mother or the person.
You don't care about life because you don't care about the life of the mother. You really don't.
Yeah.
And the state is now saying like, well, we never said that they couldn't save her life and we never said that they couldn't do this, but they made it so confusing that everyone thinks they're going to get sued if they do anything. So they just wait until things get so bad. Like at what point when you say if your law on the book is you can't do any of this shit unless it's to save the life of the mother, what point in the process of your body shutting down, what point is too late and what point is, oh no, we acted too early and now we're going to get sued because she wasn't sick enough, she wasn't dying enough to do this procedure under the eyes of the law.
Mm-hmm. Or the
There's no, the law. It's not fucking clear.
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't even be on the books in the first place.
No, it's disgusting.
So
and we should be in the business of like saving lives. That should be every doctor's, and I know this isn't the doctor's faults, but like that really should be priority number one for this country is to enrich and save lives, you know?
Yep. I think the GOP is going to spin this as the fault of the abortion pill, which she was given when she couldn't get to her abortion appointment because of traffic.
Mm-hmm.
And the clinic was inundated with out-of-state people needing services. They said, we can only hold your appointment for 15 minutes. So when she arrived, her appointment time had already been filled by someone else who was waiting. And they gave her the abortion pill.
Awful. Yeah. Okay.
I know. And then she had not passed all the fetal tissue out, which is what the DNC would have basically
done.
It would basically have gotten rid of all the fetal tissue and then she wouldn't have gone into sepsis, which is what she ultimately, her body's shut down because she had an infection inside.
Right.
And they also did a bunch of other stuff. They gave her like some fucking blood pressure medicine that didn't even address the infection and then made her going into emergency surgery even more dangerous. Like it was just a fucking it was error after error.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that I just people shouldn't die so that we put good laws on the books. Is that too simple?
Right.
We shouldn't have to wait till a bunch of people die and then be like, oh yeah, okay, we actually fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I don't actually think they care.
Oh no, they
knew this was going to happen.
Care. Yeah.
And I really hope to Christ on a cracker that Billie Eilish and Taylor Swift can move the needle, because the fact that this election's still neck and neck with all the stuff that Trump's saying and doing, and then what's her name? His sidekick. Yeah. Who's Robin. I just hope they're not given more power in November, because I'm very scared what they will do. This is what they've done when they've just had a little bit of taste of power. People are dying. What's going to happen in November when they basically turn this into this is not a fear that anyone else has had before. I'm glad I'm finally saying it. that everyone's afraid.
No, but it's doesn't hurt to remind people how critical this election is.
Absolutely critical. If you hear someone say, but Kamala XYZ, like, I don't know what to say other than like, not voting for Kamala is voting for Trump.
That's what you say.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
I want to switch gears to someone doing something overdue. Well, TBD. I think it's overdue, but I can't believe California was the first place to do it. But let me talk about San Francisco City Attorney David Chu, who is doing something that all states should be doing, and he's doing it with, might I say, incredible suits and ties with a flair.
Listen, that sounds like my guy.
If you can't walk into a courtroom with a fun tie, it's only,
hilarious.
I guess, socks and ties. Yes.
Yeah. I love that. So cute.
So Mr. Chu filed a lawsuit to shut down 16 very popular deepfake websites that turn images of real girls and women into porn.
Cool.
This is the first government lawsuit. This is the first one. Okay. This is the first one ever.
Yeah.
This is the first time.
It's such a cool, it's like so brojo cool bro. Do you know what I mean?
It's
like
so cool to bro. Yes.
It's like so, Coolio, Dudio, Coolio Studio. Do you know what I mean?
It's so very Studio by L'Oreal.
It's very L'Oreal. It's very Revlon.
Studio by Genesis.
It's very Maybe She's Born with it. It's very Get the London look, So, yeah.
Agreed.
It's the Max Factor. It's Ben Nye. It's
Ben Nye the Science Guy.
Arden. It's Bill Nye. It's Meredith Vieira. It's Meredith Marks. It's so chill, deep freeze, frostbite. So yeah,
all of it. Well, that's why I think they've been able to run for so long, because of all the things you just stated.
I think so too. Yeah, I think so too. Very, soda, very root beer float. It's just so cool.
So cool.
Yeah.
Nothing cooler these days than a root beer float. Hey, I'm on TikTok.
That's what keeps you
Catch
going,
me on TikTok,
babe.
Creating new root beer floats every week.
Yeah. That root beer floats and banana splits, as far as I'm concerned, are as modern as it gets.
Wait, can I talk? I'm going to talk about this case, but there is a...
Please.
Okay, but first,
yeah,
I had the best banana split of my entire life.
I can't believe they're still on menus.
At the skateboard movie theater on Fairfax, Brain Dead.
Oh, Brain Dead. Yeah.
They have pop-ups. When I tell you walk, don't run, when they have this banana split thing, they had
a banana split pop-up?
Yes.
Wow.
It was everything. Okay, they had rum-soaked walnuts.
Okay.
They had put this sugar on the banana.
That's
and
a
then
slur.
Rum-soaked walnuts?
I've been called that before.
Well, when you're drunk.
Yeah, but still. Okay.
What's the slur part?
Well, walnut is sort of like saying you're a fruit.
Okay.
Because it's a nut. You know what I mean? Because it has the seed. Ultimately. You know what I mean? And it's like, oh, you grow on trees. So what is, you have branches. Oh, that means you just like to feel butts all day? With all those branches?
A to C makes a lot of sense.
So yeah, ultimately it's really offensive. But go ahead. They had rum-soaked walnuts.
They had, which made them soft and like.
See, that's also slurry a little bit.
Soft.
Because that means like a pansy.
And horny. Yeah.
Yeah. Hot.
Ready to go inside.
Yep.
Nothing
mouth? Better than something soft going inside you.
I mean, nuts in my mouth is really what should be said at this point.
So far, Erin, this is conversation. Filthy.
They take the banana, they lay it out like a penis, and then they put sugar on it. Okay.
Yeah.
They put sugar on it, and then they grab a kitchen torch and they caramelize it.
Ooh, that sounds
so
good.
The banana has crunchy, almost like creme brulee topping.
I love that.
And then everything else was homemade, ice cream, everything was. I don't know who it was, but if you go to Brain Dead and you go, where's the banana split, people, they will tell you.
When you do that, please run in, hair disheveled, and scream, where's the banana split lady? Or people.
They go, are you here They go, I'm so sorry, you have to have a ticket to come into the Total Recall or whatever they play there.
Whatever they're doing, yeah.
And then you go, no, I'm here for the banana split. And then you do the splits.
Yeah.
Ta-da.
You know how to do LA.
That's when you get the LAPD called on you right quick.
Right quick.
Or whatever. That's West Hollywood. I don't know what jurisdiction. I don't know if it's sheriff or
let's
city.
not get into this again. Erin one time lived on the border of when she called the police. The West Hollywood police would say, call LAPD, and the LAPD would say, call West Hollywood.
I
And
was in
all I
it.
remember is having conversations about what if something like really, really horrible was happening? Like, what would you do?
Nothing.
Yeah.
I guess I'd cross the street.
Right.
If I was getting like held up, I would be like, can we just take it to
Can we
that
just
side
take
of
it
the
across
street?
the street? Because if I stay here, no one's going to come. Yeah.
This is, and criminals love it when you say something rational like that, you know?
They love it. They love it. Yeah.
Okay, so basically there's these websites that you can digitally undress women without their consent.
Horrible.
Now, I don't know why consent's even a factor. Like, you shouldn't just, like, no duds without their consent.
Right.
I don't know why that has to be put in the lawsuit.
Right.
Maybe it's something about, that's why it is, like,
Crime.
against California law.
Right.
Yeah. One of these sites says, this is so disgusting. Have someone to undress? Imagine wasting time taking her out on dates when you can use the website to get her nudes.
That is so beyond disgusting.
So this whole thing came about because Yvonne Mayer, or maybe it's Murray. There's an E accent, the aigu. No. Yeah. At the end.
Murray, probably then.
Yeah. Who was just reading about trends in the New York Times, as one does, and saw an article about this happening in schools where boys were weaponizing these apps and turning their classmates into, you could do it with anything, a prom photo, like a snapshot, like a quick, anything.
It would be confusing if you used like a painted portrait of somebody.
Yeah, like Girl with the Pearl Earring.
Right, because her face would be paint and then her body would not.
Yeah, be real.
Yeah.
So, she is the chief deputy DA in San Francisco. And so she texted her pal, Sarah Eisenberg, who's the head of this incredible unit. I didn't even know they had this in San Francisco, that IDs major social problems and tries to solve them through legal action.
Okay.
And then they reached out to David, and then they became this like pyramid of justice. And I love this quote from him. It's good and it's simple, and we need to remember this every time we have to do something hard. Because people were like, well, isn't this like playing whack-a-mole? You get rid of these and then more crop up.
What a great excuse not to do anything.
Well, that's what he said. He said, keeping pace with rapidly changing industry as a government lawyer is daunting, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't try.
Right.
Duh.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean we shouldn't try. So I'm very much looking forward to seeing this be successful. And then I hope other states take note and do the same thing.
Yeah. Just because something seems overwhelming doesn't mean you shouldn't try to stop it.
By the way, I know they're saying women and girls, but I'm sure this is happening for everybody.
Oh, I'm sure too. I mean, if it's
and
that easy.
they should just go down because they need to go down.
Absolutely. By the way, I do give people free reign from when I dressed up as grapes with the green wig to absolutely use this on me. But you can only use the grapes.
Yes.
Okay.
That you have my consent for grapes.
Yeah. I dance on poles.
Okay.
Especially when it's a good pole. Like one that just came out from the HRC. You get it?
Yeah.
Whenever a new pole comes out, I dance, baby. I dance, especially if it's one leaning left with great results. I pull down my panty shorts. I make sure my hair is unkempt. I put on all my peach shirts that match my peachy skin, and I dance. I'm, of course, talking
Gorgeous.
about a P-O-double-L, not a P-O-L-E. Although I've been known to go to Street Lamp and dance for sexy at about 1 p.m. every day.
And you do a monologue in the character of Stella, right?
Of course.
From Streetcar Named Desire. Yeah.
I say, ooh, why are you doing that to my sister? And sister, you are taking up too much space in my home.
Is that Blanche? Is it Blanche and Stella?
Yeah, Stella's the sister who takes in Blanche.
Yeah. But
And
Blanche is the
Blanche.
alcoholic.
is the alcoholic, delusional, like can't confront her real demons, is too afraid to. And then Stanley is the one who breaks her, basically.
Isn't every name in that play just incredible to say in a very long manner?
Stanley, Stella, Blanche. Yes. I love when Blanche goes through her paperwork from the like mansion she had to sell. And she goes, it's all bills. And she goes through them and she goes, this one's from Amblin and Amblin. More Amblin and Amblin. She just keeps saying Amblin and Amblin.
Is that's her lawyer?
Yeah. Amblin and Amblin. More Amblin and Amblin. I love her. Anyway, yes, that's what I say when I dance on the polls. And yes, I dance every time a nice poll comes out. For instance, the Human Rights Campaign just showed that in a comprehensive poll they did with LGBTQ plus potential voters or people who are going to vote, that of all the ones they showed, 74% are leaning toward Harris-Walz, 7.5% are voting for Trump-Vance, which is annoying as hell. And the rest are abstaining, which is sort of kind of like 15% of voters or potentially could abstain, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But of the people who are absolutely voting and not abstaining, among those who are voting, an overwhelming majority, super overwhelming majority are voting Democrat. Now, we've seen in the last election, especially, and in 2016, that some LGBT voters were moving a little bit more to the right, and that could still be happening, but if it is, it's at a very slow pace. And an additional report from the HRC showed that 95% of LGBTQ plus adults are registered to vote and are planning to vote in the upcoming election, which is a sky high number, and which is way higher than anything in Gen Pop, which is about 74% of eligible voters who are registered to vote are planning on voting. Again, that is a huge deal that 95% of LGBTQ plus adults are registered to vote. And it makes me super fucking proud because like that means people are motivated to, or at least are recognizing what's at stake here because the vast majority for them are voting for Harris-Walz. And it just also goes to show you that people who fight for something and do see incremental results like marriage equality and things like this, and to also see the writing on the wall for specifically vulnerable groups like trans people and know that the work is not done yet. So it makes me very proud to be, many things do, but to be LGBTQ plus, that people are like, we are motivated to do this. 95%. That's very exciting. If only
now, what are the other
95%?
5%? What they're lazy?
I guess so. But when you look at that compared to the regular population group, what's their excuse that a quarter of adults don't even plan on doing it?
My God. The woman
You know
I met once who was telling me that she doesn't follow politics. And I had to say, it follows you. A woman.
Right. Virtually all LGBTQ plus Americans are registered and motivated to vote. That's unbelievable to me. The issues, of course, that are the most important to queer voters are equality, reproductive rights, reforming the Supreme Court, Project 2025, and the cost of living. Those are the big reasons why people vote. And I will also say that for those of you who don't, Project 25 is like hundreds of pages in a document, but one of the things in there is heavy, extreme restrictions on trans rights, which is obviously horrifying. Everyone here should know, who is queer and non-queer, frankly, that, and it's certainly anyone in leadership should know, how critical, strong, and powerful votes from LGBTQ plus people are. This week or last week, the first sitting president, or Joe Biden became the first sitting president to ever do an interview with an LGBTQ plus publication, which is crazy to me that Obama didn't do it, that Hillary Clinton never did it.
Obama was weirdly
in the first term, yes.
Yes.
Afraid. Yeah. Of like backlash. But I think was also, it was that whole bullshit of that his answer was evolving. He wasn't sure what he thought. I will give it up for Joe Biden in this way that he always knew what he thought about that. The man's made some mistakes, no question, but he always was strong about that. And the fact that he's the first president to ever, well, I guess I shouldn't count Hillary Clinton because she was never a sitting president. But the fact that this was the first time a sitting president gave an interview, and it was to the Washington Blade, really underestimates the value of the queer vote because of how passionate queer people can be. And you could say that for probably any marginalized group, that when people see the writing on the wall, they fucking get their buckets to paint over it, you know? And it's a beautiful thing.
Did you read this story about Tim Walz and his wife taking a queer student to Indigo Girls?
Yes. I mean, this should have raised everybody.
Listen, the good thing about Walz and Harrison Walz,
yeah,
is that now I know there's criticism to be made about the DNC.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Obviously,
representation there. But they seem to be ready to go to bat for everybody.
Yeah, no, it does seem that way. It does seem that way. Now, this poll was conducted between August 8th and August 18th. It was a representative sample of over 50,000 queer adults across the U.S. They also directly recruited respondents that were in hard-to-reach communities. So they really tried to make it as all-encompassing as possible, which is very exciting.
Not just people in San Francisco is what you're saying.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. So it just was a bit of a bright spot. And hopefully, like, I know that often this news goes so underreported, but that it is not risky to make trans rights front, and just because the GOP hates it, it's not necessarily a risky thing to make trans rights and protections visible in your platform. Because it is.
There's only a downside to not saying anything about trans rights. I think
so too, because it's basically, I think that sometimes the right in power doesn't want, they will sign the laws to protect them, but they don't always necessarily want to make it. Like, if, for instance, there was no trans representation of a speaker at the DNC. There was in 2020, but there wasn't in 2024, which is a huge mistake, because I think that it's sort of the gun conversation a little bit, where like the right instills so much fear into their base that everyone's going to take their guns away. It's the same thing with trans rights. They've instilled so much fear that like they're going after your children, which is like the oldest line in the playbook that has never come to bear ever. But that then, because the right goes so hard on it, the left is afraid to touch it in a way. But then why not just have an activist? Also have an activist. If you don't know the right thing to say, but you want to show your support, have a trans activist who speak. Yeah. I agree. I think that the harder the right goes on certain things, the softer the left gets often. Unless it's about something so, I don't know, like a conversation that's so winnable, which is like eating cats and dogs. You know what I mean? And then they're like, great, we can go all in on this because whatever. But because it's so illogical, I guess. But the whole thing's illogical, but it's so absurd. But on some level, you're still pandering to them if you do that. Exactly. Yeah, it's really, I don't know. It's really unfortunate, but it's a strong base. We should be proud to be a part of it. And along those lines, because it's so powerful, we should be getting more representation. Because also, you know, LGBT plus people know how to fight and show up. Another thing that was vastly underreported was last Saturday, there was a gender liberation march right in front of the Heritage Foundation, which is one of the most conservative, right-wing, nut job, but influential, sort of almost basically like a political action committee. I don't know if they're actually considered a super PAC, but they basically operate like one. And they are the organization responsible for Project 2025. So 2,000 people showed up to march in front of the Heritage Foundation, and people were marching in opposition, obviously, to Project 2025, which, even though Donald Trump denies ever reading it, and I believe he hasn't read it, by the way. I do believe he hasn't read it. I don't believe that man reads, period. But I do believe that he is in bed with those people and also will enact much of that stuff. No,
it doesn't matter if he reads it or
about
not.
Exactly.
He just lets them do what they want.
No question about it. So marchers were in their chants and in their signs demanding bodily autonomy, from access to gender, and this is from LGBTQ Nation, from access to gender-affirming healthcare to reproductive justice. And a lot of the signs chanted abortion rights or trans rights when they passed the Supreme Court. And they also had a dance party in front of the Heritage Foundation, which honestly is such a form of protest in and of itself. And signs saying, like, why are you so obsessed with our bodies? Gender liberation for all. Elliot Page spoke. Julio Torres spoke. And this comes at a time where, as LGBTQ Nation pointed out, queer rights and abortion rights are at risk now more than ever. They are key parts of Project 2025. 658 anti-trans bills have been introduced nationwide in this year alone. 658. The Center for Reproductive Rights reports that 14 states have implemented near total abortion bans after the Supreme Court's decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. So people are activated and inspired to get involved. And the people who are, and I do think Kamala Harris has done an incredible job of really trying to take the abortion conversation to a 10. She did a remarkable job in the debates of really shining in that conversation and really pushing it hard, hard, hard. Trans was not mentioned in that conversation at the debate. It's something, again, I think it's something that the right, almost like you were saying, Aaron, about Obama, it was probably something he was working on behind the scenes. And I think the same for Biden and Kamala. It's things they're working on behind the scenes and they talk about it every now and then and da-da-da-da-da. But like, it also helps to just say, like, you are human. We see you. You deserve every protection and right that any other American has. And that has not been part of the fabric of the conversation.
They're doing in this house, we believe, specific, love is love.
Right.
That's what they're doing.
Exactly. And I know it's to win an election. Like, I know that. It's why Obama didn't talk about it in his first term, because it was such a hot button thing. But when you say things like that, you have a base that, based on that poll especially, that will get energized and will fight even harder. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
And by the way, I know you said POLL, but if you're doing POLE,
yeah,
also very good to have a supportive base.
Well, yeah, because you don't want
Topple
that
right
poll
over.
to be flimsy.
No.
It's not a C-stand.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear something Ollie said about us last week?
You and me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was listening to an old episode. Mm-hmm. I got a pretty great husband, I got to say.
That's really nice, yeah.
He was listening to an old episode and he said, listen to how young you guys sound. And I said, pull the fucking car over right now.
I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
Pull the car over right now.
Right.
We're getting a divorce. And that's it.
Can I tell you why our voices have changed? Because we talk nonstop.
You exercise your vocal cords like this.
This is the sacrifice I've made.
This is my instrument. Do you think that Prince's guitar
or Princess Guitar? What did you say?
Prince's guitar or George Harrison's guitar would sound the same on day 1 as day 165?
Well, this is the thing, Aaron. This is before we've recorded 25,000 episodes of the show. We both sounded like Princess Guitar.
Yes, we did.
I mean? Yeah. And now we sound like
wise old owl.
Correct.
Ready for a Tootsie Pop.
It's the sacrifice I've made. And
you know what I said? You know what I think I should be said? Listen to how mature and confident and
wizened
other things you sound.
Yeah. That's right. Thank you.
We got some Apple Podcast reviews and some Spotify reviews.
Now that is cool.
Chica Libre says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high heel shoes.
Oh my good Lord.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prayers. And then what's the symbol?
What is this? Is it a
1,
house?
2, 3, 4, 5 crosses?
Sergio, do you know what these symbols
praying,
are?
But what's after praying?
Oh, it's someone praying. I think it's someone on their knees
like
praying.
Someone on their knees.
Yeah.
When I zoomed in.
It's
what?
someone on their knees praying.
Okay, well, this is...
That is a horrible emoji. By the way, it's a hilarious emoji, but it's also like, one you really need a magnifying glass for. I love it.
It's too detailed.
Yeah.
It's a Rembrandt as far as I'm concerned. Then Jackie R says blessings. Can a future Brian's Blessings do an episode of Rodeo Drive?
Rodeo Drive was
Thank you for making my favorite podcast, but go ahead.
a
Rodeo
game
Drive.
show that I think Dave Holmes sent us possibly that was like
Wait,
supermarket.
they're not talking about the road. This
no,
is a
but there was
show?
a game show called Rodeo Drive in like the 90s on Lifetime, I think. And it was like a supermarket sweep, except you would bustle through this fake set of all these Beverly Hills stores.
You better do a Brian's
I
Blessing
know.
on this.
I will. That's a great idea. Sergio, I think next time I might do a Rodeo Drive and not a Dateline. Let's see. Yep. I'm absolutely
my
doing it.
God.
Yep. I gotta do it. I'm so excited.
Oh my
already.
God, I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
It's
Okay.
it's the quintessential 80s gray plus magenta set.
Yep.
This was the color of the 80s. That gray plus magenta.
That gray. Yeah. With like wooden columns next to it.
I had a winter's coat that color. Those colors. Exactly.
I had to have. Yeah. For sure. Also, navy turtleneck with black pants. She's killing it. And you know that it was like July.
Yeah. And
Okay.
that set smells like Aquanet.
My favorite 311 song, 311. 5 stars. Some argue whether Don't Stay Home or All Mixed Up is the better 311 song, but my money is on the tender romantic Amber. And
now,
then,
here's the problem. All Mixed Up is not a 311 song. It is a 311 cover of a Cure song.
okay, got it.
Just to be clear for the children.
DGAALYR said 311, 5 stars. Amber is the color of this podcast's energy.
So
Well,
we've
thank
got some
you.
311 fans on this show.
Clearly.
If you guys have any 311
I
stories,
went to a 311 concert once and can't name one of their songs. I was in junior high.
Don't stay home. Don't stay home this time. Oh, don't stay home. Oh.
That sounds like Love Will Keep
Doesn't
Us
sound-
Together.
They were doing ska-ish. They were ska adjacent. Plus they had a rapper. That's cool. That was cool. They had a
That's
rapper.
cool.
Oh, by the way, the lead singer, I hate that I know this. The lead singer of 311 is now a fitness model. Nick Hexum
Wow.
is a fitness model, I think, out of Hawaii. Congratulations. You're going to go down a very long, very large rabbit hole.
Okay, fair enough. And now
Fitness
tell me
model.
this before I go down it. How does he look?
I hate to tell you.
He's hot.
He's real sexy.
Yep.
He's pretty. Permission to share my screen. You're gonna have to give it to
Permission.
me anyway, Sergio.
Oh my God. I'm looking at him now.
No, he's like hunky.
It couldn't be someone I ever hooked up with because that's like too, you know what I mean? Too perfect looking for me, but it's someone I could certainly admire. That's crazy.
This person this person is
This
like
is an all day worker outer.
yes.
Yeah,
This
he's
is
very handsome,
hours and
though.
hours.
Yeah.
But he
Get it,
looks
girl.
like a corn-fed hot guy.
Yeah. He does.
And I don't mean corn-fed.
He
I
looks like he
mean,
should go on if he's not married, he should go on The Bachelor. That's like exactly the guy.
He is married. I think he has children.
Okay, forget that.
But he, and yes, he is a fitness model, but he feels Nebraska to me.
He does feel Nebraska.
He feels Nebraska.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot another person
great
in their
t-shirt.
band.
He feels Nebraska.
He's giving lots of,
Also great
He's
title for a
giving-
90s band.
he feels Nebraska. It is Our Lady Peace adjacent.
Yeah.
I forgot that another person in this band is named Peanut, just the letter P.
How is his name
P-
Peanut if it's just the letter P?
P period nut.
Oh. I think I actually am one of the dumbest people
How is
in the world. Princess Guitar, Peanut. I really need 10 naps today.
You're going to get it. Don't worry, you're going to get it.
Here's hope.
Anyway, let us know your favorite 311 tidbit
Please.
on this political podcast about gender issues and LGBTQ plus issues.
Erin,
Please.
thank you.
We have to round it out with something that means nothing.
Go to patreon.com/attitudes for groceries, for Wooer Shoe, for the Vault episodes, for this new thing we're doing, for everything. And Erin, thank you for your laugh.
Oh, thank you for your laugh.
You're welcome.